What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. This is an interesting video for us to be filming at this moment. We're going into 2024, and you know what? Gosh dang it, we want to make some changes that actually we're really excited about.
A little nervous.
Well, maybe a little nervous. We'll find it. You guys will let us know in the comments if we're dumb or crazy or smart, and we'll find out.
I'm sure you will.
So, as you saw by the title on this video, we are dropping all our sponsors. That is not clickbait, that is true. We are dropping every single sponsors. And here's the thing, this is also not a video where we're gonna go and rant on all of them. We're not burning bridges here.
We have great sponsors.
We have loved everybody that we have worked with. They've been supportive of our channel and we've supported them. And we've believed in those products because the thing about us since the beginning that some people believe and some people don't for whatever reason is that we've always tried to be honest and authentic in our feedback and reviews that we provide on the channel. That was the whole point of the channel in the first place, is like, what should you buy? We don't want people wasting money on things that are garbage or that don't work, in our opinion, you know, and so
we like messing around. Like, I like to try new things. It's super fun.
And we want to try all the new things, not be restricted to any corner. So we'll get to that in a little bit in this video. And ultimately, like, we ended up working with brands like Monster Bass and Busby and Mule Fishing was a big one, yeah. Like, because we've loved their products and we've wanted people to get products like that. What we'll get into in this video is things have changed in the industry in a way that we're not comfortable with and we don't really like. And there's a reason that we're doing what we're doing. And it's not because we hate our sponsors. That's not the case. So I just wanted to address that top of the video.
And we've talked to all these folks already and kind of told them what our plan was. And I had apprehension talking to everyone because I didn't want them to feel like, I don't like you, I'm firing you. I did not want, and like that's not a
bad breakup.
Yeah, and that's not how the calls went. They went really well. And we're basically going to tell you what we told them. But I did have some apprehension going into it because, like, man, I don't want to like hurt anybody's feelings because we would not be working with someone that we didn't really like as people, but also didn't really like the product. So the conversations were great. I'm excited to make this video.
Everybody that we've talked to, the conversation has gone well, and they've been happy for us, and we've ended on great terms. So I want to put that out there first. If you were looking for a video where we ranted at everybody, we're
this
like,
ain't it.
This brand's trash, this brand's trash, this ain't it. I'm sorry. But this is a video that I think addresses maybe an industry concern that we have, and maybe you guys have too. So tell me if this sounds familiar to you. You're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and you start to see these little fine print, eligible for commission. And you've got people telling you like, this thing's amazing. I got it on sale on the TikTok shop or whatever.
This is the best screwdriver I've ever used, but I make makeup videos.
Yeah, you're a makeup person doing, you're like, what's happening? So what's happening is TikTok and now YouTube and Instagram, they're incentivizing video creators like us, influencers, if you will. They're incentivizing us to tag random products
Crest
and brands.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
Old Spice.
Tide detergent.
Whatever,
like,
dude.
Anything. They're asking us to basically do that. They're incentivizing us with commissions. And what it's doing to content, in our opinion, is a very negative thing. It's like, who do you trust? What do you believe? And sometimes it says eligible or sponsored or whatever, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's not tagged.
But even if it did, like, it's creating a situation where, like, you get big company X. We're just gonna say Crest. I don't care, but like, just say Crest toothpaste, right? They're like, I have
down with Crest.
I have Crest. But you get like, it's just big company X, and that doesn't matter if it's fishing or non-fishing or whatever. Big company X says, I got some money in my budget. I'm seeing what these smaller micro influencers are doing, and I know that they need money because they're micro influencers. They're not like with smaller audiences. They're not getting like big sponsorship deals. They'll take the money. So I will give each one of every time someone makes that video,
$50.
I get this big video. I get this big chunk of change. I give it to YouTube or whatever, and they give everyone like $2 or $3 or $50 or $100 or whatever to do one like review and or commercial basically. And it's like,
that's it.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You have now sort of like taken someone's channel, right? Their audience, and said, you need 10 bucks. I'm basically gonna trade credibility for 10 bucks. Now, I'm not saying that happens in every scenario, but it could happen a lot. And you're gonna see people be like, we have been in a scenario where like, well, I wanna make money doing this. I wanna make more money doing this. So maybe I could do this full time. We've seen that is a strong value proposition for someone to say, well, now I'm gonna go take my little check and I'm gonna promote this other commercial. And then it starts eroding the value of the content that everyone's creating. We're starting to see it, and it's just bugging the heck out of me. So we're trying to walk that back. And we wanna get back to what we started doing, which was
try everything and give an honest review on it.
100% honest review every single time.
No strings attached to a company. That's the big thing. So, you know,
going forward,
high level stuff here. We're talking about like the random eligible for commission nonsense. We've never done that on the channel. We're not going to do it. Nope. Then it goes to the next level, which is sponsorships from brands. Now, we got to make a point here, you guys. There are creators out there who are doing this in the best honest way that they possibly can, and they're working purely with one brand, for example, and that's totally fine.
And they love that brand, they love that product. We're not saying that everyone is lying to you. That is not what we're saying.
We are not trying to call out any YouTubers here or start any drama, because drama's no fun, okay? You guys probably, some of you will start drama in the comments. Go ahead, that's fine. Get it, you know, engagement's good.
Get it out of your system.
But we are not doing that. So we've got friends out there that have a singular sponsor, like big parent company that they work with, like BurlyFishing, and they rock all their products.
Go nuts.
And that's great for them. It totally is. It's just not what we came here to the internet to do. We've always wanted to try multiple brands. So if all I was fishing was Abu Garcia, for example, not to pick on them, but like if all I fished was those products, reels, rods, like it would completely change what we wanted this channel to be. So that doesn't work for us. Our goal, again, honest and authentic, and broad, right? Like we want to try all the brands of reels and rods so that we can give feedback and have a commentary on that would be helpful for you guys, the viewer. So that's always been the plan. I will say that it got kind of sidelined for a little bit just because we did try to do the thing where like you put together a bunch of deals, you're wheeling and dealing, you're signing contracts, and you're like, all right, I work with 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 different brands at one point.
And I'm making some money.
And I'm making some money. Here's the thing, and you're also going to see this. You see a lot of creators making a complaint video, essentially like,
I'm not making enough money.
I'm not making enough money. And I'm like, exactly. Like,
you're not.
You can't.
All the money that you make goes back into buying the next reel for the next video, going on the next trip. And I'm not exaggerating, like all the money you make, or a huge chunk of it, goes right back into the channel. And then you end up not getting what it is that you were chasing by cobbling together all these 5, 10, 15 different deals. And on top of that, a lot of the deals that you end up getting offered with, they come with a couple of attachments, some provisos,
exclusivity.
some riders. Like exclusivity is usually the first one that comes up, and we've gotten into battles with brands before where we're saying, I'm not doing exclusivity because that means I can't show you something that is directly competing with that item. So
we've been stiff-armed by brands for saying that.
Which makes
like,
sense.
Cold shoulder, never going to talk to you again.
And again, I totally understand that. I respect it. You're here to promote your product. That's good for you. That's what you're looking for. That's not what we're looking to do. So that's been a huge roadblock for us, and it has continued to be one to the point where we're here now. In addition to that, they want you to make a certain amount of content for the money. So they're paying money. Like, let's just be upfront. They're paying you money. They want to get something in return. Sometimes it's sales. Sometimes it's reach. A lot of times they want, like, I want 5 short videos, or I want 1 YouTube video, or I want to be featured in 3 videos, or I want you to use this product for a whole year, or whatever it is. It looks different for everyone. That means that I now am on the hook. I have a job now. Like I am working as a contractor essentially for said company. And those are the kinds of deals that you run into. And then all of a sudden, like, now my time is getting shorter. So now I can't maybe go fish one weekend. I have to make my 5 videos for this other company, or whatever it happens to be.
It ends up restricting the amount of content that we can make the way we want to make it for our own channel, for one. And
less
for
freedom.
2, you know, it still isn't enough money for you to be able to say, I'm going to do YouTube full time, especially since 2 of us run this channel. Like, there's just no way. Even if it was just me or just you, like, it still wouldn't be enough. And if you guys don't know, like, we both have full-time careers. We have families. I've got 2 daughters. You got 2 kids. Like, you need that extra time. So again, this isn't like, I'm not here to complain like, oh, you got to work for money. No. I work for money. I have a full-time career. This is like this side gig that becomes a job, which makes it less fun. And
I don't sleep, bruh.
That's also, that's another thing to call out, is that's where you're gonna see your favorite creators take breaks.
They'll be like, why did so-and-so go away for 3 months? It's because they work themselves into the grave, and like either mentally they're not feeling good, or they've run out of ideas, and it turns what's fun into work, and then when you don't get paid enough to make it worth the work, you don't want to do it anymore. So then you take a break, and then they come back, which is great. We want everyone to come back. I want everyone making YouTube videos. I think it's great. It's great having the opinions. I love it. It's just our little YouTuber community is dope. But yeah, that's why you see people kind of walk away, because you get burnt out. I mean, the YouTube schedule and all the schedule for everyone drives everything. So you don't get to take breaks without taking a hit. So when I have to make my 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week or whatever your schedule is, when you get off that schedule, your reach tanks. And so you end up being like, well, now I have to make this video on this schedule, and then I got to do it on every social media platform.
It's that word right there, have to. As soon as you step into I have to make a video, it becomes a problem.
It's like you dread it.
So we used to love making videos.
I still do.
We've gotten back to it. Well, no, there was a period of time.
It went back the other way. When our schedule was 3 videos a week, posting 3 or 4 times a day on Instagram, posting 1 to 2 times a day on TikTok, that was brutal.
We are on a schedule we like very much right now. We hope you guys do too.
Yeah.
So it's 2 videos a week at either end. So we're bookending the week, Monday, Friday with videos. Wednesday we do a live, which we always have a blast doing. I love that thing. I'm never going to let it go.
Once a month we do the members only.
Once a month we do a members only, and we post twice a day to Instagram and once to TikTok.
Once on TikTok every day. So, and then we also post the shorts. Those also go to YouTube. So we're posting at least 3 or 4 times a day, depending on the day, is what our post schedule is. So when you get, you got to find that right balance. We have found that balance, but remember, that's between 2 people. Imagine being on your own, posting at that rate for like 5 years.
And then factor in all the brand videos
that you have to make on top of it.
So for 2024, our plan is this. We're gonna drop all of sponsorships from the aspect of getting paid to create content around their products, right?
Or exclusivity.
Or to have any level of exclusivity. So we are non-exclusive with anybody. We're only gonna work with companies like, say, Omnia, for example, where we can give you guys a link. We get a kickback that's going to go right into store credit. So all we're gonna do with that money every single time is buy new products to review for you guys. A couple of our buddies do this. Punch Fishing, for example, is a great rep for Omnia.
The other thing too about Omnia and retailers in general is that they're brand agnostic for the most part. So I don't have to worry about saying, like,
I can't fish that it's not on Omnia.
Exactly. They don't
do whatever I want.
That's not a problem. And so that's the only reason that works.
So going forward, the way that the channel will be supported is obviously we got YouTube ads. That's just monetization that's on. Whatever those ads are, we have no control over. They are what they are. Look at them if you want. Skip them like I do if you want. Nobody cares. It's mostly about views. We get paid for views. So we got that. We got memberships. So all of our amazing nerd fans that really
carrying the load.
They support the channel. They're amazing. We give back to them as much as we can. Every single month we do a members only live. We provide giveaways on those lives, exclusive just to our members. And we are going to start creating preview content where you get access to our videos earlier than everybody else. And from time to time, we do our best with this. It's really hard.
It's so hard.
We try to create just some fun extra videos for members only that never see the light of day in public.
You guys also have a lot of say in, like, when we did like the t-shirts and the stickers, you guys get to vote and you guys get to say like, oh, well, I like this design or that design. And in the members only, we get real. So all of our members have already heard this conversation and we've already talked to them about it. So if you are a member, you probably don't even need to watch this video because you already know about it.
You already get it. We've been talking to you for months about this. Number 3 is we have products, right, that we make ourselves. Everybody asks us about these Ned Rig Nerd shirts, flip around and find out shirts. We made those. Those are our designs. They're for sale on our YouTube shop and on Shopify and on Etsy. So anybody who buys that, that's a kickback for the show. That helps us keep doing what we're doing. And then at the end of the day, it's going to be how do we get product? Omnia is going to be part of that. We've got our guys at Bait Finesse Empire that they'll send us some stuff from time to time. Omnia, we get a little kickback in store credit so we can buy more product to share with you guys and do reviews on. And we're going to keep calling companies, and the conversation will always be.
This is probably the most important part. Other than we're moving away from getting paid, this is the most important part of the entire video.
The conversation will always be, if you will send us a product, right, ideally free, maybe at a discount. We bought our Crescent kayaks on a discount. But if you will send us a product, what we'll do is we're gonna feature it in videos because we're gonna use it. I don't want a product I'm not gonna use. We're not gonna ask for it if we're not gonna use it.
You won't be seeing like winter gloves on here or something like that.
We get messages from companies like that and Temu all the time. And we just say, no thank you, delete. So we're not gonna do any of that stuff, but if it's something we actually want, we'll reach out to that company. We're proactive about it. We'll talk to companies like TFO, for example, to say, hey, if you wanna send us some of those rods, we'll do a review on them. That review is gonna be 100% honest and authentic for you guys. There's no bias there. Yes, we got it for free or we got it at a discount. That doesn't factor into our review of it. There's a scale that we grade these things on, 0 to 10, okay? If it's a 0 to 4, meaning it's utter crap. I would never recommend this to a single person that lives and breathes on this planet. What we do, because there's no point in dragging a company's name through the mud. That doesn't help anybody. It makes us look bad, in my opinion. We reach back out to that company. We say, hey, just so you know, we don't feel this product's up to snuff. It's not something I would ever really show to my audience.
But here's why. Here's the constructive feedback that I have. Here's how we can make it better. If you guys want our help, we're happy to help you out, because a lot of times... Or you
can say, get bent, get out of here.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but like the whole point is if it's like a scale of 3 or under, I'm just not gonna make like a huge video blasting them. We'll give you guys our authentic opinions about it, especially in like the lives and stuff like that. And if it comes up, we'll give our opinion, but I'm not gonna hammer them in a video that's just exclusive, like this product sucks. So we'll have a conversation with them one-on-one. We'll tell them what we're thinking, why we feel how we feel, and more than happy to help anybody out to improve their product. Because at the end of the day, we want to provide products to people that work for what they, we expected them to. 4 out of 10 or higher, you're getting that video, period.
And we're telling the company that up front, so they don't send us that stuff and then we drop a video and we're like, it's a 5 out of 10, and they're like, hang on a second, like there's that product.
There's basically there's no strings attached on what the content of our opinion is going to be. There's no strings attached in terms of the amount of product or the amount of content or the type of content that we're going to make. And then there's no guarantee that we're going to like feature it going forward. So if I get a fishing rod, I'm like, yeah, it was fine. I'm not going to use it again, but it's fine. That might be, you get what you get. And then I may never use that rod in another video. If it's my favorite, I'm going to keep using it. And you will see that with our current sponsors, like the Busby boxes are like never going away. Like I'm gonna be using we're gonna be getting more Busby product just because that's what we love. Like the mule fishing product. Like you're gonna see us continue to use that because we just absolutely love what they make and what they do and what they stand for. So you'll see how all of that translates as we go forward. But basically, moving forward, no strings attached. If you want to send a product, you're gonna get our honest, authentic opinion. If it's god awful and I cannot recommend it to anyone and there's huge problems with it, we'll reach back out, we'll provide that constructive feedback, and then if you want our opinion on something, we will give it to you.
So the benefit there is kind of threefold, right? Obviously for you, now you know what you get from our channel. We're gonna be transparent with you, we always will. So you're never gonna wonder, is this a commercial? This sounds paid for. Is this something where they don't actually like this? They're just telling me to like this. Is this a biased
we'll tell you what we got too.
Review?
Yeah, we'll tell you what we got too. So like if someone sent us something for free or at a discount, we'll just make sure that it's really clear exactly how we got it. Yeah, it won't, I'll tell you if I bought it myself. Like we'll let you know in every single scenario how we got what we got.
And just because we got it for free or at a discount doesn't mean that our review doesn't count. Like it's still the same thing. I'm viewing it as a product as if I bought it, if I didn't, or as if I bought it at full price, if I got it at a discount.
That's exactly right.
And we're gonna review it with that in mind. So, there's that benefit. Number 2, for us, obviously we can get some new products to try, which is great.
We can branch out.
We get to feel good about doing the review instead of feeling like a commercial all the time, which we definitely don't. That makes us feel icky.
That's one of the biggest things that we're getting back is like, I
don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that at all. And we've tried really hard not to do that at all, but like, sometimes it just happens. Like, and I see it with other content, not like fishing content, just like in general. It's gotten so painful and there's so much commercialism that I'm like, for us, that's how it started. We kept seeing more and more of like this commercial, this commercial, this commercial, this commercial. I was like, this has to go away. I hate the low level at which we had it before. I hated that much, and I'm seeing it grow in other places. I'm like, I'm out. Like we are 100% out. So that's a big win.
So to me, the third benefit here is actually for the brands, right? Because if you as a brand really believe in your product, if you really stand behind it, you would feel comfortable sending it to us, a brand that is asking for no strings attached, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, totally fine. This thing's awesome. You're gonna love it. TFO is a great example of that. They're like, yeah, no problem. We'll send you like 5 rods. They're like, bust them up, do whatever you want.
Put your money where your mouth is.
You're gonna like them.
Put your fishing rod where
I don't think we say that. Right. So ultimately, like, a brand should feel good about this conversation. And so far, we've had, I don't know, 4 or 5 good, great conversations with companies like Old Town, like TFO. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll send you that. And we're like, okay, we're going to be honest. And they're like, great. Like, I love that. And that's what I want to hear. If a brand's like, no, you're going to owe me 2 videos and you have to say it's great.
The flags are red.
Yeah, the flags are red. And
We're going
to say thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
So I think that's
huge
big
benefit.
Yeah.
And then lastly for us, it's just freedom. Like we get to manage our time a lot more effectively. We get some time back, and then we get the freedom to branch out into new brands without worrying about exclusivity or damaging a relationship or making less money than what we were making before. We don't have to worry about any of that, which is great. Again, none of this is a jab on our current sponsors or our recently previous sponsors. All that stuff is still going to be featured. Really, nothing changes except they just don't pay us. That's the biggest difference. And unsurprisingly, it's been going well with like future potential interactions with companies, because that's how a lot of this started.
It's the OG way.
This is the OG way. It was like, company would call you, or you would call a company or email or whatever, and they would be like, we'll give you a thing if you make a video. And people started like doing that because it was nice to get free things. And so you do that, and all of a sudden you as the person making the video is like, this is not enough to justify what I'm doing. I want to get paid for what I'm doing because it's a lot of time, effort, and energy. So then we got to where we are today, and now it's like, well, everyone's just in it for the money. We don't love the feeling of that. So now we're kind of going backwards quite a bit. And to be perfectly transparent, you guys, we have some things to figure out. So it's going to take us a lot more work to go find those companies. And then we have to work harder to go build more relationships, because we have to get more things for free. We have to find ways to say, I need to get my hands on more products, but I have less money to do it, because before I was using my cash to go get stuff. Now I don't have the cash, so I have to find a new way to get stuff to put on videos for you. It's going to be, like, transparently, it's going to be way more difficult.
And we're still going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Dude, every year we make like a huge change to the channel. We'll say, surprise, surprise, we're doing it again. So we're not worried about, we said we would do this at a minimum.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. For the whole year, we said we were going to do this. So at a minimum for 24, like, we're committed to doing things this way. What we want to know from you is, how do you feel about this? Is this something, like, in the comments below, let us know. Is this something that you're experiencing and seeing on your own? Not just in fishing, but like everywhere that you go.
Does it bother you or not bother you? Should we do what we're doing or delete this video and apologize immediately to our sponsors? At the end of the day, like, we got to feel good at, like, and also be having fun doing this. And when as soon as it becomes a job, the problem with it becoming a job, and this is the Cliff's Notes of this entire video,
we get enraged.
When it becomes a job, it becomes stressful, then it becomes less fun, and then you look at your paychecks and you're like, you know, I appreciate that this company is paying me, and at the same time, it's definitely not enough that I could do this full time. For any of the guys and gals out there that you know are going full time on YouTube, understand that takes an absurd amount of time, energy, effort, work, blood, sweat, tears. I honestly couldn't tell you how they do it. And even when they do videos where they're like, how I do it, it doesn't explain how they do it.
It's so
they don't know how they do it.
I'm so impressed by people that have been able to do that.
They grind, man. So mad respect to them.
Well, they're good at what they do. It's not just the amount of work, it's the quality of the work. So like, and that goes for people who are sort of like on top of their game, that are maybe not have gone full time too. Like this, we'll say job, like this work, this thing is very, and I'm not like tooting my own horn, but like, it's not easy. It's very hard, because not only is it like an endurance, like you have to be mentally durable to continue to do this for a long time. You also have to be really strategic. Like a lot of the stuff that we do, we plan out 6 months in advance.
You got it.
Like how we make our videos, how we do our titles, how we do thumbnails, how can we be more efficient and be quick? How do we, if we want to like get motors, how am I going to get a motor? I don't have the, like, I don't have like 5 grand. So it's like, how do you make that happen? So you got to be durable. You got to be strategic. And then you just have to be good. You have to, like, you have to be good at this. Tough. So ton of respect to anybody that's doing that.
Yeah. And again, like we said at the top of this video, this isn't a knock against any brands that do sponsorships. This isn't a knock against anybody who takes brand deals. Like,
go nuts.
More credit to you. This is ultimately just on us. This is how we feel. This is how we want to do this. We want this to be fun. We don't want it to be a job. And we ultimately found out, like, we couldn't make it full time unless we did a billion other things that we weren't willing to do. So that's the end of the day, what's going on with us. In 2024, we will be sponsor free. We are not taking payment for any videos that we put out. We will accept free products and discounts as much as we possibly can, because it's the only way we can keep doing what we're doing. And you know, if you guys want to support the channel, I've mentioned a few different ways. You can hop on our live, super chats, memberships, that's great. And then just views, just
Watch the video.
Sharing videos, that's free.
Thumbs up.
You could do all that stuff. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for standing by for our rant here. Hopefully this was a good enough explanation of what we're looking at doing for next year. And hopefully you like the idea of it. We would love to just be like a great channel for honest and authentic views. At the end of the day, that's why we started this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and share this video with any of your fishing buddies that, you know, just want like real reviews on products that they can trust. We hope to become that brand for everyone in this industry. So there we go. Thanks guys. Love you. Okay. Bye.